What's up guys? In today's video, we're gonna go over how to properly clean your motor using our engine bay cleaning kit. Let's go over what is in the kit. So we have our solution multi-purpose cleaner. This is the same product that we also sell in a gallon concentrate. So this is at a 4:1 dilution. It's great for general cleaning on your motors. We also have a soft bristle brush so we can agitate the product once we get it laid down on the motor. And then we also have this smaller boar's hair brush for all the little nooks and crannies of the motor. The final step will be conditioning all the plastic on the motor with our clean and shine. We also have a nice black applicator. Once you apply this, this helps even it out. So let's get into the steps. The first thing I want you guys to do is address where the alternator is. So this one is down low, so it's not too exposed. Now, if this alternator was up higher and very exposed to getting water in it, what I would do is take a microfiber towel, or you could even use a terry towel or even a bag, and I always cover up the alternator so you're not flooding it with water. Another thing to be aware of is if you had an exposed aftermarket air cleaner, you would want to cover up that also. Okay, so my first step is going to be giving the motor a pre-rinse. I know it's a no-brainer, but you always want to make sure the motor is cooled off. You don't want to spray cold water on a hot motor. When I do this pre-rinse, you see how I'm holding my pressure washer up here rather than getting in all close? I want to do that because I want to avoid blasting pressurized water all down in my electrical components. I also like to clean a motor first before I wash the rest of the vehicle, because after you get the motor done, you got all this overspray, so you want to come in and always do a wash afterwards. So step 2 is going to be apply the solution. One thing I like about this, it's not a high pH degreaser. So if you get some overspray of the solution on your paint, you don't have to worry about any staining like you would with a typical degreaser product. It is a lower pH. So we're gonna give this a little mist all up underneath the side of the hood. I like to start on the outsides and then work my way in. I'm just giving it a nice mist over. You don't have to oversaturate anything. And then you can also adjust this to more like a directional spray and get some of these down low areas, like right down in here. Come over here and check this out. See on the back side right here? It's easy to forget those spots because you're spraying from the front. So come back here. Make sure you get the back sides with some product. You don't have to worry about any overspray getting down on your grill pieces. That's what's so awesome about solution. It's not gonna damage any of these plastics. All right, so I got a nice coat on the motor. Next step is I'm gonna take the soft bristle brush and we're just gonna agitate the product. Just a quick scrub over. I'm gonna save all these little tight areas for my smaller brush. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this step. The product is doing a lot of the work for you. This is just to give it a nice, quick agitation. Now I grab my smaller brush. A little tip is you could have a bucket of water with some soap in it, you know, to dip this in, kind of go back and forth. Now, if this solution is starting to dry out on you, you can take your water and just give it a quick mist over, keep it wet. You don't want the product to dry up on you. Then it gives you a longer work time to agitate the product. All right, that's pretty good, but you can work those brushes as long as your little heart wants to. Actually, you know what? Let's give this a quick brush. I know it's not too dirty, but let's take that soft bristle brush and just do a quick once over right there. Again, we'll get the water on that. Don't want the product to dry up on me. Let's give it a rinse. Let's start from the top down. Watch all this clean up super easy right now. You never want to get up close. On this piece right here, you could damage that. I also do not like to spray solution on this material right here because it's really hard to rinse it out. Now, if this was extremely saturated with some grime, at your discretion, you could put some solution on it. Just know you're gonna have to really be thorough in your rinse to make sure all the product's out of it. Okay, now when I come in here, I like to start from the outside and work my way in. That just helps me be thorough and make sure I've rinsed every section of the motor. Okay. Down in there. Okay, now once I've rinsed from the front position of the motor, I'm gonna walk around to the side because I want to rinse all the back side of these components. Again, I can't stress enough how important it is to keep your pressurized water at a decent height and do not get in close and force water into your electrical components. So you can already see how the solution has done a lot of the work for me. Now I know this motor was not really bad, but it had some pretty good buildup on it. Okay, our next step is going to be applying the clean and shine to give this stuff a nice satin factory look, all the components under here. What I like to do before that is give it a quick blow off. So you can use a blower, you can use, anything you have to get off the bulk of the water. Now I don't worry about doing a really thorough blow off of all the water because I want some of that water residue on there because it helps my clean and shine spread out once I spray that product down on the motor. So again, I do a quick blow, apply the clean and shine, and then I'm gonna blow it again after the clean and shine's been applied because it almost airbrushes that clean and shine into all the little nooks and crannies. Just gives it a really nice look. And then I follow that with the black applicator just to even out any high spots, and it leaves it perfect. So whether you use an actual car blower or a leaf blower, I want you guys to focus on the areas where you have the electrical more than anything. That's the areas I want you to come in and really make sure you blow out any water that's sitting in those areas where there's electrical. That's really the main concern when you clean a motor, is you don't want to leave it after cleaning with any water sitting where you have this electrical, where it could potentially seep into there. So in these areas, just a quick blow, again, leaving some water residue for my clean and shine. But when I come in here where the electrical is, that's where I'm gonna spend a few more seconds really being thorough in those areas. So if your motor had on top of your heads where it has the injectors, I'm not a mechanic, so excuse my terminology, but basically that's where water can really pool up. Another area to be really thorough with your blower and make sure there's no water sitting in those little crevices. If you're watching this and you're like, oh man, now I need to go buy some expensive car blower, you don't need to. You can get out your battery powered or electric leaf blower, just be really thorough in those areas where your electrical is. It'll work just as good, just takes a little bit longer. All right, next step, clean and shine. I'm gonna give it a quick shake up. I'm gonna come in at this angle. I don't wanna get a ton of overspray onto the paint, but this is a water-based product. So if I do get a little overspray onto the paint, it can easily come off with some quick detail spray, or being that I'm gonna wash this next, it'll come off during that process. You don't need to lay down a lot of product, just a few spritzes, just get nice even coverage, because when I come through with that air, it's gonna spread that clean and shine out into all the little nooks and crannies, so I don't have to sit here and oversaturate. Now, if you're wondering, oh, I'll just use a regular tire dressing. You can, but tire dressings have a higher silicone content because they're intended to leave shine. They can tend to be on the thicker side, so when you use them as an engine dressing, you can have like this goopy, greasy look, when the goal is actually to make this motor look nice, even, factory, brand new satin finish, almost dry to the touch, not greasy. And that's what Clean and Shine's gonna do. So watch, in these areas, it's just a nice mist over. I'm not getting all down in there and oversaturating. To this date, we've cleaned hundreds of motors here at our detail shop. I've never had an issue following these methods. Not promising you won't have an issue, but I'm just sharing that from experience. And I mainly accredit that to being thorough in the drying process with your blower. This thought just came to my head. Some of you might be wondering, why are you dressing the motor before you wash the rest of the vehicle? Honestly, I wouldn't typically do this, but for the video purpose, we're gonna dress the motor now because I wanna give you guys all the steps, but this is a customer's car, so I do have to wash it afterwards. That said, you could do all the steps in this video all the way up to the Clean and Shine application, which I just did, and you could hold off on that application till you get the rest of the vehicle washed, then pop the hood and start with those steps. So you can see how the Clean and Shine is kind of puddling in some of those areas. Watch how great it looks after we come through and do this second blowout and it spreads that product out. When I'm applying the Clean and Shine, I'm being very careful to not spray it directly on any of these belts. So if your belts were up higher, just avoid those areas. Let's do the second round of air to smooth out all this Clean and Shine. Check out how good that looks. Just after blowing it with air, I still haven't even touched the motor yet with the applicator to really even it out. With the applicator, being that it's new, I'm gonna spray a little bit more product on it, and I'm gonna go through and touch up any areas where I don't have clean and shine. As you can see right here, I'll just touch up those areas. That air levels it really nicely, but you'll still always at least find a few areas where you didn't have even product coverage. You don't have to spend too long on this step because I'm gonna give you guys a pro tip here in a minute on a final step I like to do that makes the motor look even better. I know it's hard to see in the video. Look at this area right here. You can tell there is not a lot of product buildup. And again, I have not even toweled it down yet. That's what I love about Clean and Shine. It's a very light, not very viscous dressing. Just lays down so nicely. The last step I like to do is just take a microfiber towel and quickly go over all the surfaces under the motor. I just spend a few minutes on this step. What it does is it eliminates any top residue of the dressing that didn't properly absorb in, leaves it dry to the touch, leaves that nice factory sheen. The more you towel down the Clean and Shine, the flatter the sheen will be. So if you want to spend more time toweling it down, you're gonna have more of a matte finish. If you lightly go over it with your towel, you're gonna leave more of that satin sheen. So whatever your preference is. But what's rad is everything, all your black parts under the motor are gonna look hydrated, healthy, and like new, without attracting dust and looking like a used car lot. Another tip, guys, is when I'm on this step with the towel, it's getting some of that Clean and Shine residue on it, and I'll just utilize just the residue on the towel and just go over any areas like down here by the belts that I want to even out and give a nice look without having to like saturate that area with product. And personally, I like having a clean motor. I think it helps when you go to get an oil change. You can identify issues better. You can see everything clearly. I think it helps your motor run cooler because it doesn't have this fat layer of dirt buildup all over it. And then on top of that, it just aesthetically looks incredible. Nice and dry to the touch, not all greasy. Now up here, you can take some waterless wash or some detail spray and just touch up this painted area and you're good to go. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you found some helpful tips on how to clean your motor. As always, leave any comments, questions in the chat. We're happy to help. We'll see you in the next video.